uyenza ngamabomu lonto nganimamela onganihloniphi kuzafuneka ukuba kubekho iziphumo.
Am I in trouble?
Yvonne, this is your last chance. And you crossed the line.
I'm sorry.
Knowing you, you've always got a card up your sleeves.
Kudala ndazibophelela kule mtshato.
What I did was unforgivable.
Masiphileni ngoxolo nolonwabo.
Scandal, weekdays at 7:30 on E!
Well, there you have it. That's the gripping storyline of currently on a Scandal. So we're flipping the script right here on Sunrise this morning because, you know, we can't do things the way that we had planned them. That's the beauty of live television. Unfortunately, our second guest couldn't join us. So now we're going to focus on this storyline and get to find out more about customary marriages, polygamy, and get to know who Lusanda Mbane, who plays Boniswa on Scandal, is. Good morning to you and thanks for joining us.
Good morning and thanks for having me.
Well, happy Women's Month to you.
Oh, well, thank you. Same to you, madam.
Okay, so let's just talk about the current storyline. What was your understanding about customary marriages before you got involved, in the storyline on the show?
Well, in my head, I thought rural area. Husband goes to Joburg to work. The disempowered victim left at home and married customarily, and one day when he dies, she'll probably have no rights and she'll probably not be entitled to anything, something like that.
So that's the perception that...
That's the perception
that you had.
Yes.
Okay. So obviously, you're from the Eastern Cape, right?
Yes, I am.
So growing up in the Eastern Cape, what were you exposed to about, polygamous marriages or, and your understanding of what customary marriages represented?
Well, I think it's always been there all around us. But because it was not really, probably, I thought, not recognized by the law at that time, it was just something. You knew that so-and-so's mom is a second wife or she's the child of the second or the third wife in the marriage. But nothing much more than that. It wasn't in our face. It wasn't something that we knew how it worked. And hence, I actually always thought that the woman is a victim and she's not recognized as a wife. Yeah.
Okay. But growing up as a young Black South African woman, and we're having this conversation with Faith, and I said, my grandfather had 2 wives. So by the age of 6, I knew of the concept of polygamy, and then both my grandmothers sort of got along. Yeah. Actually, when my grandfather, had a indiscretion, both of them left. So I have a vision of them. They had this 2-sister act thing going on. So my perception of horrible, where things are bad, I didn't have it. And maybe it came from me as a child. But what was your view? Did you always think the women never get along? They always bickering. This guy...
No, in my case, where I was growing up, I never knew of openly in polygamous marriages. So there was the wife and there was Nyatsi, which sort of became official over the years because she started having kids. But I've never really heard of that being recognized, especially by law or even by society for that matter. The second person has always been in a little bit of hiding. Yeah, so yeah, no, not where I come from. It really wasn't
the Recognition of Customary Marriages Act 120 of 1998. That's how far back
I guess.
It goes. And of course, it came into law in November of year 2000. So you've been playing Boniswa, and the storyline has been developing based on what's happening now.
Yeah.
How did your perception change, and what is your understanding about customary marriages?
Listen, I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
Firstly, that picture of a woman in some rural area who doesn't have any rights, who's a victim, has completely changed. I've sort of learned that there are women who are affluent, who are independent, who are businesswomen, who have careers, who get into a polygamous marriage by choice, and they know victims in the matter. In fact, Boniswa is one of them.
Yes,
she runs a school.
Yeah.
She's able to take very good care of herself, but in trying to protect something that's very dear to her, which is her family, she goes into such an arrangement as a solution.
I mean, I never thought in the world that I would see a storyline where a woman is the one who's suggesting that actually this is what we should do. It was quite creative on the team. For you, what did you understand by that?
Listen, for me, it gave her control.
Yeah.
So it wasn't imposed on her.
Yeah.
She woke up one day and she thought, okay, I can't ignore this much longer. This is happening. And actually, I don't want to be exposed to this scandal all the time.
Yes.
So as a solution, make it acceptable. Bring it here. In fact, she won't be so sexy anymore when she's a wife cooking there like me. So it was more to cure, the husband of something. Let the mystery pass and let her just be a wife who's domesticated and not so attractive anymore.
Well, okay, so we're taking calls as well this morning to make it even more interesting because ET viewers love a scandal. We've got Isaac on the line. Hello, Isaac.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and you, Isaac?
Good. Can I speak to Boniswa, please? That's what I'm finding.
Who are me?
Hello, Isaac.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Boniswa. Hi, how are you?
I'm absolutely fine, thank you. How are you, Isaac?
Good. I just want to find out from you, like, it's in related to customary. I think it's customary versus the modern way, because, like, apparently, like, I have a problem whereby, like, I'm married in customary. Then now the problem is, like, maybe the wife passes away. Then it's as if, like, you don't have access to one of the, most of the things in related to the family from the wife. The family from the wife, the uncles and the aunts. Like, when you go to let's say maybe to the bank, they require you to have the signatures of the uncles and the aunts can't give you the affidavits or the signatures. How do you go about solving this? But
Are you in a polygamous marriage, Isaac, or are you considering things?
no, I'm not in the polygamous.
You're thinking about it, right?
It's one man thing.
Okay. All right. So it's civil versus customary.
It's civil versus customary, yes.
Yeah, what did you...
So basically, actually, from my research before I played the role, customary marriages are recognized by law.
By law, yes.
So it needs to be registered maximum 3 months after the marriage happens, and it's taken as a community of property kind of marriage, unless you specify otherwise. So the uncles and the aunts are extended family, like in any other marriage. The marriage is between the two parties that have decided to get into it, or three, or whatever the case is. But they've got equal rights. You don't need affidavits from aunts and uncles. The wife has like the right that somebody in a civil law marriage would have. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's very interesting. A lot of men are going to be calling, because even on our Facebook page, a lot of them are the ones who are commenting.
I wonder why.
Joshua, thanks for holding your comment or question this morning.
Hello, good morning, beautiful people.
Yes, Joshua.
I just want to say hello to Boniswa first. She's such a lovely actress. And the fact that you guys make Scandal and Rhythm City a kind of addiction for me. Anytime I'm from work like this, I'm just running to the TV. I don't want to listen. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Joshua.
I love your actress. I wish Rhythm City happy birthday, 10 years. And Boniswa for keeping on with the bond. Yeah, that was a serious issue. I really appreciate you guys.
Okay.
Thank
well,
you.
Lusanda, you're going to be Boniswa throughout the show this morning. I can tell you that. Let's take Lorraine on... okay, let's take Doreen. Doreen on the line? Doreen. Hi, Doreen. Apologies. How are you?
Fine, and how are you, my darling?
I'm fine. Let's hear your comment. What is your understanding?
Yeah, my comment to Boniswa.
Yes, no,
Doreen. Mina the way nesikhwelo ngakhona mntwana mina ngeke niyenze lento leyo mari hayi uyaenza mntwana.
Uthi ngeke uzingene.
Yeah, no, Boniswa mina ngeke mina. Hayi lento leyo. Sikhathi lentombazana wesithulo kuseko hayi mari uyaenza uNkulunkulu akubusise mntwana.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu ma.
Aphumelele uBoniswa. Mari Boniswa you must watch out. Umamazala yakho uyakuthanda. Wenaye uyakuthanda umamazala. Uyazwa Boniswa?
Ngiyabonga Mam Doreen, I'll do that.
Okay, bye-bye.
What would you say are the key learnings about women relationships and the dynamics? I mean, we would have thought that the older woman, which is the mother-in-law here, would have been pro this, but that's just, again, the script flipped on us.
I think also the mothers-in-law have a certain perception of the kind of woman that like their son to marry. That's number one. So in the story, Boniswa represents that. You know, she's a family woman, the ideal umfazi. Unosiseko, she's like, even the name that they gave to her says the foundation of our home. So she represents that. And then enter second wife, Nozmanga, who just comes here and is the epitome of everything that they don't want in the family. The gold digging, the liking the glamour, the coming just to chow the money, basically. So, yes, my specific mother-in-law loves me to bits, but I also think it's because of what I represent. And also, if you know the backstory.
So this is in real life, of course. You're talking about... Okay.
No, I'm only on the story.
Okay. Oh, I thought you said my specific
my real-life mother-in-law loves me too. But
yes.
this I'm talking specifically about the story. And also, if you know the backstory to the Tebes and so forth, there's specific reasons that she doesn't like Yvonne, because Yvonne had an affair with the Tebes son and so forth and so forth. So
it's scandal.
It's scandal, no pun intended.
Let's take Tate on the line. Hello, Tate.
Good morning, ladies. How are you?
We're good, and you?
Yes, very interesting topic this morning.
Go ahead.
Yes, I would just like to comment and say that, as you have mentioned before, that people tend to think that they are in a monogamous relationship, whereas practically they are in polygamous relationships.
It's just not declared. And I have a problem with that.
And also, it also worries me because if people don't come up clean and accept it, either way they are being cheated on, there's negatives all over, but they're just in denial that they are in a polygamous relationships. So I think, be it females or males, they have to accept that such things does exist. And if you keep denying and say, no, I want my man for myself, I want my wife for myself, it ain't going to happen.
Well, it does happen sometimes, though. I mean, Joshua, I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just that tell me if you're not monogamous, so I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all I'm asking. Yeah, so I can protect myself and do what I need to do, And if I don't agree, then I can step out. And you can continue. But
You have a
don't
choice.
string me along.